This is the captain of the Spirit's Passage, and I'm here to tell you that you've arrived at your destination, which is your demise! Before we talk about today's deck, I want to talk about Starships and the meta and why I won't be doing a meta analysis for this particular video. Because the thing that's happening right now with Starships is that I believe that these decks are not the easiest archetypes to be piloting right now. There are a lot of different ideas, and unfortunately, these ideas tend to be a little bit more greedy, and we're trying to fit in a lot of new cards as we're still within the, the first week or first 2 weeks of the expansion because of all the hype that's been generated around these cards. People really want to try out these cards, even though they may not be the strongest and they may not be the most powerful. And especially if you're looking at like top legend and whatnot, a lot of people are starting to play some older decks because these new decks haven't been optimized, and if they're trying to go for like competitive ranks, it doesn't make sense for them to play some unoptimized archetypes. So keep this in mind for today's video, because we are still talking about Starship decks and just how much fun they are and how good I believe they're going to be. And I am here to make the well, not really prediction, it's been too long to make a prediction, but I am here to analyze the trends and to say that I think that Starship DK has a very good chance of becoming one of the most powerful decks in the game. And not just because it's a pretty decent control deck and a pretty decent tempo deck, there's just so much potential of this deck to just gain insane amounts of armor, especially with just like this card right here and with everything else this deck has going for it, to where it just feels almost impossible to kill Starship DK, to where there might be some questions of, do we decide to run Kill Jaden, to where we have this as like a late game sustainability card, to where if we draw through our entire deck, it doesn't matter, we're just gonna have endless, support for the rest of the game. So keep this in mind as we talk about Theo's early rendition of Unholy Blood, which is very important to run the following card, Assimilating Blight. Now, I'm not sure if this is the best way of running Starship DK yet, and as you've seen, we've already talked about one Starship DK, and I already have 2 other videos planned to edit for Starship DK coming up here very soon. So there's a lot of conversation around this archetype in particular, but for this video, we're going to be focusing on, can we make Assimilating Blight into the perfect 30 of this deck? Because there's a couple of synergies that we have to point out with it. This is the typical, Brittlebone Buccaneer, give your Death Rattles Reborn Starship DK that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks now, but there is one synergy and one curve in particular that we have to analyze. If you play your Guiding Figure, and then you play your Assimilating Blight immediately following, the spell burst of the Guiding Figure will automatically trigger whatever minion that you decide to play from the Assimilating Blight. And of course, you can do this on turn 5 in order to guarantee that the spell burst procs, but this is just one of those decks where in the early game, you start with like a Salesman, then like your Guiding Figure, and then you can play like Assimilating Blight into like, a Gorgon Zormu, hell yeah, depending on what exactly your next couple curves are. You want to try and hit that turn 6 Airlock Breach, not just because it's a really good card and gives you a lot of tempo, but just because it's more sustainability, and the more HP that you have, the longer that you have in order to stall for those gigantic armor turns, because the armor potential of this deck is just absolutely insane because of all the Reborn and all the extra Death Rattles you can proc out of nowhere. Getting certain cards out of the Assimilating Blight is definitely the #1 thing, to where if you look at the Death Rattles that are available for the 3 drops in particular, you have Chillfallen Baron, you have Soulbound Spire, which are definitely your biggest high rolls, but then everything else is kind of a neutral card. And this is why a lot of people are probably not that excited about this, because when you usually play Assimilating Blight, if you don't get the DK cards, you really have some lackluster options, like Bucket of Soldiers, for example, isn't really the greatest. Crimson Commander, you don't really have Draenei in the deck. Fate Splitter is a pretty decent card depending on the matchup of getting extra resources. You almost never want to pick a Floppy Hydra or really a Gattlesnake, because they're just not really going to do a whole lot. And when you reborn a Gattlesnake, oh boy, that's not really that good. But there are some potential memes with High Noon Duelist, because I've picked this card and I failed both draws just because I immediately drew into like a 5-drop, and my opponent got like an 8-drop or something. So this card, be careful if you decide to choose it. But the only other like really good options aside from the DK options are these other 2 neutral cards, like the Gyre Worm and the Messmaker, because this can just be, sustain of some kind. Or maybe if you've got, a board already on the field and then you play this, it's already sitting there with Reborn and you can trade it and get a bunch of bonus effects. I've had a game where this actually mattered. That's why I'm highlighting it. The Death Rattles are not really that insanely powerful, so a lot of people are just going to be like, if you don't hit a DK card from this, it really doesn't feel that worth it right now. But now that we've talked about the early game of this deck, there's not really much to talk about with the late game because it's pretty typical stuff with Death Knight. You know, you got a Yogg, you got a Primus, you got the Exodar in order to get the value from the Starships, which is always great with all the Reborn value that you're getting. Hell Yeah was originally in this deck, but if you're someone who doesn't really want to craft cards from Titans, this was primarily put in here because of Quasar. But I'm gonna say that, like, against like Owl Druid, against like some of these OTK decks that really just need to draw throughout their entire list, having Hell Yeah is a pretty effective tool against those particular decks. But this isn't like a make it or break it card. This is more so just a meta call. And if you're going up against people with slower decks, you could probably toss this for like a Maw and Paw, for example, because I personally just love the idea of fitting this into the deck because of the rune distribution. But the reason why this really doesn't make it into the deck is not just because you run, you know, like Airlock Breach or like other HP manipulated cards like Primus. It's just because this deck already has a lot of sustain as it is. So if anything, I would say that if you're gonna replace any of the legendaries in this deck, there is one argument to pick Kill Jaden only if you are going up against decks that are not trying to kill you as quickly as possible. Because Kill Jaden is only a card that you want to run in a value-oriented meta, but if you're going up against, you know, an inevitable meta, meaning that people will inevitably kill you if they assemble all the cards in their deck that they want to, if that is the case, Kill Jaden is probably not going to matter in the future, and we'll talk about Starship DK in the future with a lot more meta implications once I test one particular list. I found a deck. It looks really good, and if you like Starship decks, you definitely should be paying attention to this channel because we got a lot that we want to talk about. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you want to support the channel directly, go ahead and check out the Patreon in the description below. But thank you so much for making it to the end of your journey on the Spirit's Passage, and we'll see you for your next flight. What was that accent at the end there? Yeah, right? It was a bad accent, wasn't it, dog? The perfect timing. Ah, jeez, Yug.
All shall tremble. Listen to the drip, drip, drip.
Against a Waylock? Against a Waylock, and we're playing a control deck? Ah, jeez, man, we already lost the game. Brooklyn Rage! Yeah, honestly. I mean, shit, dude. I mean, why does this happen every time? I'm getting counter-queued today. Unless I play a broken deck, I'm just getting counter-queued because I'm trying to have fun. What do you want me to do? Play Rogue and put you in your place? Do you really want me to do that? Because I can. I went 6-1 with that deck. And I'd do it again.
One knows solves any problem.
Buccaneer Arcanine. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I love this card, dude. Legitimately in love with this Buccaneer.
Just use
It's actually very appropriate that this is in the deck, though. You have a pirate that's saying "Eyes on the horizon" as you're manning the spaceship. It's so thematic. Although I hate to admit, this is like, okay, we're gonna have to go Chumbawamba tempo, bro. But we also need him to kill minions, and he literally probably won't do that. We can try, though. We're getting knocked down, but then getting back up again. Yeah, because you're never gonna keep me down. Ain't nothing gonna keep me down. All right, he got the big minion. Trapdoor Spider would have been insane. If he trades into this dude, I could legitimately just launch the ship on turn 5. I kind of wish I had the guiding figure, though. Honestly, guiding figure, low-key, just the best drop. A bit wobbly. Just a little bit, sir. Just a little bit wobbly.
The citadel stands strong.
Oh my god, it's happening. Oh mama. Oh mama, I'm coming home next turn. Unfavored, they said. Coin. I don't even care about the Exodar. Because we have the big shit attack already, all we need to do is just activate it and then play a spell. I don't want to go for greed. I want to go for, like, we win the game next turn. And we also immediately summon 10 drops. for literally launching and either playing a snake oil or using the coin. Because, like, there is the other argument that, like, we could play this, but we're not playing for value. We're playing for tempo, which means we launch the shit. Bam. Oh, buddy. One spell burst. Okay, this is still fine, though. Good tempo. Like, in what world do we not do this? No. I thought that was reverb. I almost shat myself.
Our betrayers will suffer endless torment.
Eyes on the horizon!
That's some damage. That's some damage right there. Launch the ship for a bunch of stats into play a snake oil. That's how we got to this position. And there's still a big ship he can't deal with. And there is still a big ship he's not gonna be able to deal with. Yeah, I don't know why figurehead is so good, isn't in some list so good. It's because people originally were just trying to focus on the death rattle support, and they thought that it was like a slow card, but it's like, this card is so good, man. Literally, it won the game. Run guiding figure. It is the best way of playing Starship, DK.
Who's ready for a hoedown?
Listen to the drip, drip, drip.
You run sap, did I see that right? Yes, he ran sap. And he literally sapped my will to keep playing.
The storm is in me.
Everyone knows there's only one death that Clark is famous for creating, and that's a Reno Warrior. 100% fact. That required Clark to have influence? Oh man, that's true. Did he really tempo this and it's not dying? This is kind of unheard of.
Your fate will be cut short.
Okay. So now I get a frog. 2 frogs. I don't know, dude. This deck is just, it has to be bait.
Witness true arcane magic.
Like, once I play this, what does he do? I mean, bucket of, you know, hold on a minute. Against this deck, all I do, oh, okay, well. That's sad. Be really funny if you lose to Weapon Rogue and City Shaman back to back. Yeah, I know, right? Literally because I'd have no way of playing for the board immediately. Brother, are you fucking kidding me? I'm just literally losing this game because I can't kill a fucking 2/3.
Go with the flow.
Sad that I actually needed the extra cushion of the 10, dude.
One dose solves any problem. Solves any problem.
pretty sure he has to be out of win conditions, right?
Witness true arcane magic. How enigmatic.
The rules decide your fate. Unholy, symbol of death.
He has no more spell damage, except for the snake oils. So the extra 8 from the Exodar was actually necessary to win this game. Jeez, man. Like, I can't lose to that deck, because if I lose to that deck, then I know that my deck is either really trash or I was really unlucky. I don't do that. There's a lot of like cards that I just don't know how you change
Listen to the drip.
without like utterly just ripping them apart, because you just kind of have to in some regard. I'm a boring gamer. I haven't played Hearthstone in a while, so I just made Odin Warrior with a few new cards. There you go, man. Some things never change. And some people just love Control Warrior, no matter if it's zero difference from what it used to be. I hate the idea of trading into this thing, honestly. Maybe could have waited. Wallet Warrior and my heart just don't have any cards with the other archetypes. Well, like, that's the thing, though. Control Warrior isn't even... I mean, Odin Warrior is not Wallet Warrior. Wallet Warrior wins the big minions. Odin Warrior wins with big armor. Woo, buddy. Gotta love it when we high roll. Yeah, trading in the 2-2 was just wrong, by the way. I had no reason to rush it. I was just too lazy. Divine Shield 1 should be 2 mana, in my opinion. What, the 2 mana, wait, 2 mana, 3-2 with Divine Shield? That you can coin on turn 1? I don't know if you thought about that all 100%. Again, that you could coin on turn 1? Thank you for the value. I'm not sure why you did that. Well, we got a lot of minions we can make out of nowhere. Good song. Love that track. Alright, we doing it again, dude. Give it Rush or something, it's just a bad card. Well, I mean, I agree with you, it is a bad card. 3 mana, 3-2 with Rush, but the issue with that is when you launch the Starship, then the Starship has Rush. The card is just literally there in order to give Starships Divine Shield, and unfortunately, Divine Shield is bad because when you launch the ship, unless you specifically have like Claw or something, it really is just like, it's not that effective. It has to be 3 mana. There's just no other way to. There's just no other place that it could be if you're trying to give Divine Shield to the card. And that's why you cut it for most decks, because you don't even care about the Divine Shield itself.
Eyes on the horizon.
Out-tempoed. Ceaseless into Giga Armor turn is nasty though. Yeah, very nasty. Oh, you have no idea how much I wanted you to do that. You fool! You actual fool! And I keep talking about Salesman giving you a spell for the spell burst. Ah, it's coming together so perfectly, dude. Time to unleash the beast. One, two, 3, 4, 5 dead mages. Not bad, not bad. Wait, hold on a minute. Is this guy streaming on Twitch?
With honor.
Wait, Pam GH? Yo, someone look up Pam GH. Because if I do it, it's cheating. I want to see this guy streaming. I don't know this guy. I gotta know all the Hearthstone streamers, dude. I gotta collect them like Infinity Stones. No live? But does the channel exist though? 75 followers? Okay, so all right. It is a brand new account, looks like. Or at least he doesn't play a lot of Paladin.
Reporting for duty.
A limited time offer.
Pipsy Paladin. Based.
A citadel stands strong.
How can we replace Expanse in Wild? The deck looks, you can't. You can't, it's gone. There's no replacing what can't be, brought back. It's dead, man. Sorry to break it to you, but she's gone.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
Oh, which, yeah, you can play, if you're talking about Holy Wrath Paladin, then yeah, you play Shrivala, because that's what it was originally. Isn't it kind of crazy how they literally not doubled, not tripled, but quadrupled the damage of that deck? Oh, this deck without Ceaseless Expanse? I mean, I guess you could put in a Root of Darkness. Okay, so I could maybe do this. Try to not play into it. Yeah, Soul Searching. You could also just, maybe just throw in a Legendary in its place. I'm not sure what, though. Lumia! This guy watches the stream, dude. This guy literally watches the stream. He's playing the deck, or maybe he doesn't watch this stream, but like he's literally playing the deck.
No reprieve.
So we're just gonna play the Airlock Breach.
I will not forsake.
Oh god.
Open your minds to the light.
If he plays Kong, man, we just lose. Hey.
That feels good.
I mean, honestly, an extra minion does kind of make a difference if I can get something else to stake with the threads. Because I have to kill the Zillia. Oh, god damn it.
I will not forsake you. Open your minds to the light.
What have I done? Pipsy's such a huge scam. Yeah, but it's my scam.
Cease your quarrel at once.
It's my scam, though. You should have drawn minions instead of making them 2/2s. The Ceaseless meme? Yeah, could I spend 40 corpses to play Ceaseless Expanse? Instead of it just being far left at 40 mana? Card feels like shit for, to play for me. Ceaseless is a card you don't just put it into any deck. You need to support it. Wait a minute.
You defile the dead.
Perfection. Insignificant.
Run for help!
Okay. The Melodar mana cheap is actually huge on that. But the issue here is that he might just be able to kill me because of how, like, he might just get 2 mana low, and that's a no. Can I even win from this point? Yeah, Malazili, alive for a turn. God, full Titan value, dude. Ugh. Wait. dude, wait a minute. That means he gets to attack with the minions again. Oh my god.
Must move quickly.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What have you done? He got bamboozled. He got.
100% real strength.
Oh, he got bamboozled. Yeah, death rattle, poison death rattle combo OP. He doesn't know. Oh my god. So you're telling me there's a chance? Because like now I can throw out ceaseless. Dude, hold on a minute. And before he still, I mean, I guess I could still technically die. Lanessa OTK, would it be enough? I don't want to count. We'll let him count. He's gonna be salty if he loses this game. I mean, hey, it's his own fault. I could have taken a bunch more damage, but he done goofed, dude. This is a perfect example of when to remember interactions. Alright, he's still pushing a lot of damage here, but I do have my 15-15 at least. I actually see the play. I play the Spire, I kill the Spire, I get the oil, I launch the ship, and then I gain the armor. And then that should just win, right? Because then he has combo, but then he's not gonna have anything else.
A limited time off.
Oh, dude, this game is actually super dunzo. It's Omega dunzo because of the ceaseless expanse.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Job's done.
Bam. I think he just lost. Eat through those taunts, my guy. It's the game's over.
Witness
You done goofed.
arcane magic.
I saw a move that silly. My mouth was wide open in suspense. I couldn't believe it. The literal definition of throwing, dude. It's because he's not a golden paladin. He needs more experience, bro.
Happy Hallows End.
By the holy light.
This is my costume.
The sun shines for me.
He's base Uther, not Arthas.
How enigmatic.
I can get over the idea of someone playing base Uther, you know? I have no problem with that. Oh wait, the plague's getting it.
That feels good.
Oh, this is sad. This is sad. This is not his game. No, dude, it was his game. It literally was his game, and then he done threw it away. He threw it away, man. And now he's just out of win conditions, because once the Lanessa dies, what is he gonna do? And we can rebuild. Oh wait, I could have gotten the Buccaneer.
Run for hell to battle.
To battle. To battle! Yes, to battle! Yeah, launching a ship costs 5 mana. It cannot be done for free. The Exodar launches the ship for you, but it is still an 8 mana investment. I got a biopod! Ah! Oh my god! Why are you still here? I'm gonna make a Team 4-star reference. Okay, never mind, he's gone. Why are you still here?